Hello everyone, you are welcome back to today's class. So in today's class we are going to be looking at gradient, also known as the slope of a straight line. So to go further on this topic, we are going to have this diagram, and the diagram is xy plane. So let's say we have a straight line, the line AB of coordinate, that is at A we have coordinate of x1, y1, and at B we have coordinate of x2, y2. So to have a gradient of this straight line, so after a straight line given, we are going to form a right angle triangle. So we form a right angle triangle, then at point A, we trace point A to the x-axis, we call this x1, and this to the y-axis, we call this y1. Then at point B, we have coordinate of x2, y2. So to x-axis is x2, and to y-axis is y2. Then the difference between S2 and S1 is S2 minus X1. Then the same thing goes for what? Distance along the vertical axis, which is Y2 minus Y1. Then the gradient, so to form a right angle triangle, so that means we have angle 90 here. Then we have an angle. Angle is theta. So to get this theta, by using Pythagoras theorem or trigonometric ratio. So we are using trigonometric ratio here. So it's going to be tan theta equals to opposite all over adjacent. So you can now see gradient, which is also known as slope, is equal to m. So we use m to represent the gradient or the slope. So which is opposite. That is, we have gradient, which is slope, which is equal to m. That is, we have opposite over adjacent. But in view of this, we are going to make use of what? Tan theta. So tan theta equals to opposite. That is, distance along the y-axis, which is change in y, all over change in x, adjacent to theta. So we have change in x. So we now have tan theta, m, which is tan theta, equals to change in y means y2 minus y1 all over x2 minus x1. So if you are given any angle and you have to find the gradient, you can just say gradient equals to tan theta. Or if you are given 2 points, the 2 points must have their coordinate. So if you are given coordinate, point A, you must have coordinate x1, y1 and coordinate x2, y2 for point B. So it depends on what you are looking for. If you are looking for the gradient, when the 2 points are given, you are using m equals to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. But if you are looking for the gradient and you are given theta, angle, so angle that the line form with the x-axis. So we are looking for, you are using m equals to tan theta. At times you can be given angle, you'll be asked to look for gradient. At times you might be given gradient, and be asked to look for the angle. So we are making use of m equals to tan theta. Or if it is the 2 points and the gradient you are looking for, so it will be m equals to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So the gradient formula of this straight line, point AB, is m equals y2 minus y1 all over x2 minus x1. So let's move to the first example. So the first example says, examples number 1. So question 1 says, find the gradient of the line passing through the point. Find the gradient of a line passing through the point P of coordinates 1, 1 and Q of coordinates 2, 5. So to get the gradient of this line, so we are going to have solution. So we have P of coordinate S1, 1, comma 1, so which is x1, y1, and q of coordinate 2, comma 5, which is s2, y2. And the gradient formula is L, or gradient of PQ, is equal to M, which is equal to y2 minus y1 all over s2 minus x1. So which is equal to y2 is given as 5, so 5 minus y1, 1 all over s2, that is 2 minus x1, 1. So which is equal to 4 all over 1. 4 over 1 is what? 4. So the gradient of point of line PQ is given as 4. Then the second question says, number 2, the gradient of the line joining, the gradient of the line joining the point P of coordinate s, comma minus 7 and q of coordinate minus 2, comma minus 3 is minus 4 over 7. Minus 4 over 7. So find the value of x. Find the value of x. So if you look at this question, point P is given as coordinate s, comma minus 7. So which means point P is incomplete. So we have x there. Then point Q is of coordinate minus 2, comma minus 3, and the gradient is given as minus 4 over 7. So solution, P of coordinate s, comma minus 7. So these are x1, y1, and q of coordinate minus 2, comma minus 3, which is of coordinate s2, comma y2. And the gradient is given, m is given as minus 4 over 7. So now I'll write down the formula for gradient. So gradient formula is L, which is y2 minus y1 over s2 minus s1. So if you look at the data given, gradient is known to be minus 4 over 7. So we have minus 4 over 7 equals to y2 is known to be minus 3, then minus y1. y1 is minus 7, so minus 7 all over s2. s2 is minus 2, then minus x1, that is x. So the next thing to do is to simplify. So we now have minus 4 over 7 equals minus 3. Minus times minus is not as plus 7 all over minus 2 minus x. So the next thing to do is to simplify further. Minus 4 over 7 equals minus 3 plus 7, that is 4 all over minus 2 minus x. So we now cross multiply. So we cross multiply, we have minus 4 into minus 2 minus x equals 4 times 7. So we now open the bracket. We have plus 8. That's minus 4 times minus 2. That's 8. Then minus 4 times minus 8, that's plus 4x equals 28. That is 4 times 7, 28. So the next thing we do is to collect the like terms. So to collect the like terms, we are going to have 4x equals to 28 minus 8. So 4x equals 28 minus 8 is 20. So divide both sides by 4. So we have x equals 5. So the value of x is 5 now. So that is that for point P. So the point P is of coordinate 5, minus 7. While point Q is of coordinate minus 2, minus 3. You can even check the answer to know whether your gradient after substituting for s is equal to 5 whether your gradient will be equal to minus 4 or 7. So let me just check here. Check. So the 2 points are 5 comma minus 7, and Q is minus 2 comma minus 3. So gradient, which is y2 minus y1 all over s2 minus x1. So we now have y2, that is minus 3 minus minus 7 all over minus 2 minus 5. So which is minus 3 plus 7 all over minus 7. So we now have f equals 4 over minus 7. And 4 over minus 7 is the same thing as minus 4 over 7, which means s to be equals to 5 is correct. So we move to the next question. So question 3 states that what is the value of p over 3? What is the value of p if the gradient of the line joining minus 1 comma p and p comma 4 is 2 over 3. So the question is, what is the value of p if the gradient of the line joining minus 1 comma p and p comma 4 is 2 over 3. So in this case, we have gradient is given, but the first point is incomplete, the second point is also incomplete with the same value. So which means if the value of p in the first point is 2, the value of p in the second point will also be 2. So the gradient formula, or before that, you can write down the data given. So we have point, the first point is minus 1 comma p, which is x1, y1, and the second point is p comma 4, which is s2, y2, and the gradient is given as 2 over 3. So the gradient formula is m, which is equal to y2 minus y1 over s2 minus x1. So the gradient is given as 2 over 3, so we have 2 over 3 equals to y2. y2 is 4 minus y1 p all over s2, that is p, minus s1 minus 1. So we are going to have 2 over 3 equals to 4 minus p all over p plus 1. So we now cross multiply. So if we cross multiply, we are going to have 2 into p plus 1 equals to 3 into 4 minus p. So we now open the bracket. So if we open the bracket, we have 2p plus 2 equals 3 times 4, that's 12 minus 3p. So we now collect the like terms. So if we collect the like terms, we have 2p, bring minus 3p to this side. So it's going to be plus 3p equals to 12 minus 2. So we now have 5p equals to 10. So if 5p is equals to 10, it means p equals to 10 over 5, which is 2. So the value of p is 2. So p equals to 2. So you can as well check for this. That is, in place of p, for the first point and the second point, just put 2. And you look for the gradient will be 2 over 3. So that is that one, question number 3. So example 4 says, a line passes through the origin. Question 4, a line passes through the origin and the point bracket of 1 whole number 1 over 4, comma 2 whole number 1 over 2. What is the gradient of the line? What is the gradient of the line? So which line? The line that passes through the origin at this point. So that's what we are looking for. So a line passes through the origin, and the origin under xy plane is the center, where the x-axis and the line, and the y-axis meet. So where the x-axis meet is, and the y-axis meet is s is equal to 0 and y is equal to 0. So that's the meaning of origin. So in this case now, the first point is given as origin. So the first point is given as origin. So we have 0, 0, which is our x1, y1. And the second point is 1 whole number 1 over 4, our 2 whole number 1 over 2, which is s2, y2. Then the gradient formula, m equals y2 minus y1 all over s2 minus x1. So which is equals to, so this s2, y2 can be written as, change this mixed number to improper fraction. We have 4 times 1, 4 plus 1, 5. That is 5 over 4, comma, 2 times 2, 4 plus 1, 5. That is 5 all over 2. So instead of 1 over 1 over 4, for S2, you can change it to 5 over 4. Then instead of 2 over 1 over 2 for Y2, you can write 5 over 2. So Y2 is what now? This is S2, Y2. So Y2 is 5 over 2, so we have 5 over 2 minus Y1, that is 0, all over S2, 5 over 4 minus 0. So which is equals to 5 over 2 divided by 5 over 4. So you can write it as 5 over 2. You can change this long division to short one divided by 5 over 4. So which is equals to 5 over 2. You change the division to multiplication to multiply by, now flip the fraction. So it's going to be 4 over 5. So 5a1, 5a1. So you are left with 4 over 2. And 4 over 2 is what? 2. So which means the gradient of the line that passes through the origin and this point is known as 2. So that is that on the gradient or slope of a straight line. So at times they use slope, at times they use gradient. So they both mean the same thing. So that is that on gradient of a line. So we stop here, we move to the next topic.